Now that you're getting started with section 1, the internet, I'll go through this list here and tell you what each of these mean and then walk you through the lesson. In section 1, the internet, this is the link to the actual lesson. It will either open in a new tab or in a new window. And let me make this bigger. So let me bring this forward. You can choose to have it open in a new window. If I right click and I choose open link in new window, then I have the option, remember to use my Alt Tab key to go back and forth between the course or a paper that I'm typing my notes on. So in this case, in this example, I'm going to start this lesson, but I'm going to want to start my study questions at the same time. So I'm going to click on All Programs, and I'm going to find my Open Office. I think I have it on here. Yep. Okay. And I'm using Open Office Writer. Okay. So while that's opening, I'm going to go toggle back using Alt Tab, and I'm going to open the study questions. Now, you can read through the information, but basically what you need to do is highlight all the questions, scroll down to the bottom, and what you're going to do is copy and paste all these questions into that document. So Control C is copy, and my writer document, I paste it in. Control V is paste. So now I have all the lessons questions. I'm going to make this window a little smaller so you can see it. So you want to save it to that folder. So I'm going to click on File. I'm going to choose Save As. And I want to save it to my Documents folder. So let's go ahead and put it in there. If I click on Allie, it should be Documents. My Documents, and there is AM Comp Lit. And I'm working on section 1, so I'm going to put it in there. And I'm going to call it Study 1 Malika. And I'm going to click on Save. Now I'm ready to answer the questions, but I'm going to take a quick look at them. What is the internet? List it at least 2 pieces of information, etc., etc. What you don't want to do is you don't want to copy and paste anything into there. You want to learn it, and then you want to go ahead and be able to articulate what you learned. All right, so let's start the lesson. Section Preview, you will learn about the internet and the World Wide Web. You'll create a Google account. Create a Google account. You'll learn about the internet and then set up a Google account so you will be able to use some of the services they offer throughout the internet. The internet is a collection of computers that are linked together by wires and cables. Sorry, I got zealous there. The World Wide Web is one of the many services, etc., etc. You do need to read this information. And once you understand what they're telling you, you can go on to the next tab. So what is the internet? And you can go ahead and select an answer, and it will tell you whether or not it's right or wrong. Go ahead and continue through the lesson where you'll learn about web browsers, and then it will ask you to open Firefox. So it tells you open up your browser, and it tells you when you have Firefox open that a window is what you see on the screen and you have tabs above. And Google is a company that provides online services. You can use Google Search to search for things, and you can also make your email. And it says caution, the way Google looks and the services can often change, which is true, but it keeps you being a self-directed learner and able to keep up with change, and that's a good skill. The address bar is a field at the top where the address of the website goes. And you need to go through this at your own pace. I'm going very quickly so that I can show you as much as possible. Now, it asks you to open Google, so you're going to go to www.google.com. And then it tells you that that website appears, and it will walk you through complete this step to make sure you go and make sure that no one signed in. So if you go to Google and you see someone's address up there, just click on sign out and sign that person out of Google. They discuss ways to communicate online. So you can communicate with Twitter. I use Twitter a lot. Instant messaging, Blogger, Talk, and email. And again, it's telling you that later you will create an account so you can write, send, and receive emails. In order to use the services that Google offers, you create a Google account. And with a Google account, you can send and receive email. So it's going to give you instructions, but first talk about safe usernames. So don't give out your street address, your bank account number, your phone number, the school you attend, etc., etc. A lot of times you're lucky to get your name, and that's a good thing. So a professional username, it walks through what that would be, and so pick a username and then take the quiz, and I'm not going to give you the answer on that one, and set up your Google account. And when you go to this pane here, it's going to give you directions for setting up the account. So it says, create an account, and what to do. You have to enter your names in the field, your desired login, and then you'll have to check availability. And sometimes it's not available, so you have to pick something different. You can either pick from their suggestions, or you can keep entering until you are able to get the name that you want, and you finish up making the Google account. Once your account is made, while you're making your account, create a secure password. And so this lesson is speaking to you about keeping your account secure. You want to make sure that you have a password that nobody's going to get, and it's always a good idea to use numbers, and even if you could use a character and a capital letter, that's a great idea too. So read through this and make a secure password, not password, and finish setting up your account. And then once that's done, you can sign out of Google. Make sure that you sign out every time you're done. And that's it. So you're going to walk through that. So you've learned about the World Wide Web. You've learned about Firefox, and you've made your Google account. So now you're going to go on to lesson 2. And what I want to point out here is that there are, I believe, let's see, how many lessons in section 1? If you scroll down, you can see there are, I think it's 6. 6. So you haven't finished lesson 1 yet. See what I mean? And you really need to take your time doing the whole lesson. So you're ready for part 2 now. And I'm thinking that just lesson 1 might take a full class period. So lesson 2 is to use Google search. And so you're going to go through and you're going to read information about searching and looking at web pages and trying to determine whether the information is trustworthy. Who is the author of the page? What is the website's purpose? How recently was the site updated? Is the information copyrighted? I'm not going to go through the rest of section 1, the internet, but as you can see that just in this brief me whizzing through lesson 1 and starting lesson 2, you can see that A, there's a lot of information, and B, you can't just whiz through it. I also want to remind you that using Alt-Tab will bring me back to I now have finished lesson 1, so probably while I have just finished up, I should reference the questions and answers. So if I have to go back out to my Alt-Tab and go back into the lesson, I can go back and review lesson 1 to remind me what the answers are so I can study for my quiz. So, recap. After you're done with the course overview, you're ready to go to start the class in the block 3 where it says section 1, the internet. Open this up. Take your time going through the lessons. Answer the questions while you're going through the lessons. When you're done, you click on File, Save As, or if you've already saved it, you're good. So I've already saved it, so I just need to update the save. So I say, yeah, I want to replace it, and close out. Make sure all the questions are answered. Then you're ready to upload study questions 1. So you just click on this link, and because I'm logged in as a teacher, it doesn't have the upload button, but you'll see a place to upload your study questions. Upload your study questions and know that those have been submitted. So that's the first assignment that you've submitted that will be scored. Then you're ready to take quiz 1, and when you click on quiz 1, it will, I'll click on the attempts here. Oh, sorry. No, I'll click on continue the last preview, and now I'm ready to go through the quiz. So when you're finished with the quiz, you hit submit all and finish, and it will automatically score it and give you the grade. Okay, so you've done study questions and you've passed in the quiz. Now for assignment 1S, what does that look like? If you open it up, what you'll see is you'll have it here, assignment 1S, and what I would do is print it out. I don't like the way it opened up in this window anyway, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, okay, oh, that's the way that my PDFs are open. So I'm going to say open in a new window. And you're using Firefox, so you won't run into this problem. But here, oh, sorry, here at the bottom, if you're using Chrome or if you're using Firefox, you can print it out. With Firefox, it's just File, Print at the top. Here you can, if you're using Google Chrome, which you probably won't be, but if you are, you can go ahead and print from there. So you can see there's an advantage to printing out this assignment because then you can have it right by your side while you complete it. And it looks like a lot, but it's not so bad. It's having you open your Gmail account and composing a memo, and it will ask you to reference 3 websites that you researched during the lesson and write about those websites and why you found them trustworthy, why you could verify them as being trustworthy. It's meant to be a professional email, so you have to fill it out, write it out professionally in paragraph form. Make sure you include everything they're asking for, and then there's even a checklist in number 14. Is this all done? Once this is done, send the email to your instructor, which is me, and then it tells you to go to your Google Calendar, click on Calendar, create an event, and invite me to an event. So there's 2 exercises here with your Google account, is to send a professional email to me and to make a calendar event. So if you need to print this out to have it by you while you do that, that's great. I'm glad you're still with me because I want to show you now that you still have to upload assignment 1S. So how do you do that? Well, you're going to need to go back to your email. So if I go to, I don't have my email open, oh goodness. If you go to your email account and you go to click on sent mail, you'll find the mail that you sent me and copy and paste that into a document and upload it here so that I get the information and I know that you have uploaded the assignment. If not, from my email and from the course, I need to remember that 80 students have sent me an email and who they were. So uploading something so that I have it in the course is very important. And then finally you have assignment 1R. And what does that look like? Well, it just happens to be a series of questions. And so you do that the same way you do the study questions, and then you pass it in. I know this was a long video, so I thank you for watching it. And I hope that the information has been helpful. And I want you to reach out to me if you have any other questions. Thank you.